Welcome everyone. In this lecture, we are again going to see some of the parameters that are of the voltage series feedback amplifier, that is bandwidth with feedback, and some other parameters like total output offset voltage and some special cases of the amplifier. So initially we should know that what is the bandwidth of the operational amplifier without feedback. That is, in this figure, we can see the bandwidth of an amplifier is given. How we can define it is, this is nothing but a band or range of frequencies for which the gain of the amplifier remains constant. Okay. So when the gain of an amplifier remains constant, for that range of frequency is called as band of frequency, or it is the bandwidth. See into this figure, or this is called as frequency response curve, which is always plotted against the voltage gain against the frequency. On y-axis we have voltage gain, and on x-axis we have plotted the frequencies. Frequencies are in hertz we have shown here, that is from 1 hertz to near about 10 megahertz range of frequencies we plotted, and gain from 10 raised to minus 1 to 10 raised to 6. We know that for an open loop op amp, my gain we are defining as A, and A is near about 2 into 10 raised to 5. And for open loop op amp, gain is this much, and frequency F0, which is 5 hertz, near about 5 hertz only. Okay, so that is F0 is nothing but the bandwidth of the amplifier when it is operated in the open loop configuration. There is no any kind of feedback. Okay, and what is that bandwidth is 5 hertz, which is very small. See that into this graph, our gain at 0 hertz frequency is having some value of 2 into 10 raised to 5. Now this gain is constant for some of the frequencies, and after that it will be gradually decreasing at some constant rate, and it will be decreasing and come to 0. Okay, so this is the band for which gain will remain constant, is called as bandwidth. See what is the frequency, that is from 1 hertz to near about 5 hertz, my gain will remain constant. This is for open loop op amp. So that my operational amplifier, when it is operated in open loop op amp having the bandwidth of 5 hertz, means that if you are increasing frequencies or signals which are having frequencies greater than 5 hertz, operational amplifier gain will be decreasing. It should not having the constant gain. So because of this is the limitation of operational amplifier, we are using the feedback network, and that feedback network will increase its bandwidth, so that when we are increasing its bandwidth from for up to some few kilohertz, then we can make operational amplifier to be operable for that large number of frequencies, because operational amplifier will be used for many of the communication net circuits, so where we need that operational amplifier to be operate into the higher frequencies. Okay, so first of all we should know that what is the break frequency. The break frequency is the frequency at which gain is minus 3 dB to its frequency at 0 hertz. How we can define the break frequency? Break frequency is the frequency at which gain A is reduced by 3 dB down from its value at 0 hertz. That is, at 0 hertz, if you have the maximum frequency somewhere here, after at the break frequency, this gain when we are representing in decibel will reduce to 3 dB. For example, suppose that my initially our gain is some about 100 dB here. So at the break frequency, my gain will be minus 3 dB from its gain at 0 hertz. So if it is 100 hertz, at break frequency gain will be 97 dB. Sorry, what we said is at 0 hertz, if my gain is near about 100 dB, at break frequency gain will be 97 dB. That is, there is reduction of 3 dB in the gain, and after that it will be gradually decreasing its gain. So this is called as the break frequency at which gain will be minus 3 dB down from its value at 0 hertz. From this graph, we can define the another term which is called as unity gain bandwidth, because see that at this point my gain value is 1. So unity gain bandwidth is the frequency at which gain will be having value of 1. This is called as unity gain bandwidth. The frequency at which the gain equals 1 is known as the unity gain bandwidth, UGB. So that now we have to represent the relationship between the frequency, break frequency F0, open loop op amp voltage gain A, and bandwidth with feedback, and that we are representing here with FF. Bandwidth with feedback is FF and the closed loop voltage gain AF. So that what is our aim here is to determine the bandwidth with feedback FF. Okay, so that this will be again represented in terms of F0 open loop gain A and B gain of the feedback network. From this unity gain bandwidth, we have to find out this. Unity gain bandwidth is again defined by another way as it is the product of gain and frequency at any time over the curve. Okay, when we are plotting a frequency response curve, unity gain bandwidth will be always 1 and it is the product of gain and frequency. So that for this we have to write for an op amp with single break frequency F0, the gain bandwidth product is constant. That already we stated here. Gain bandwidth product is gain and frequency product is always constant and it is equal to 1. So it is called as unity gain bandwidth, or that is nothing but simply is equal to 1 megahertz. Here by this definition, for an operational amplifier which is having single break frequency, we are defining UGB is equal to product of gain and frequency F0. For open loop op amp, we are defining this. UGB is equal to open loop gain A into open loop break frequency F0. See here, A is open loop voltage gain, F0 is break frequency of op amp. Now, this is applicable only for the single break frequency op amp. The same we can apply when we are using the operational amplifier in closed loop configuration. That is, unity gain bandwidth is product of gain and frequency. So, for feedback network, unity gain bandwidth is AF, that is gain with feedback, and frequency is bandwidth with feedback, FF. AF into FF, and again this is equal to unity gain bandwidth. So that now we have two equations, one is for open loop and another one is for the when op amp is used in the closed loop configuration. So therefore when we are equating these two equations, that is equation number 1 and equation number 2, how we can write the equation as open loop gain A into F0 is equal to equation number 2, because this is also representing unity gain bandwidth, this is also representing the unity gain bandwidth. So it is A into F0 is equal to AF into FF. Okay, if this is our equation number 3. Rearrange for bandwidth with feedback, that is FF. FF can be written as A into F0 divided by AF. Okay. FF is equal to A into F0 divided by AF. What is AF? We have defined. AF is 1 by 1 plus AB. So when we are substituting for this equation into above equation, make this one as 4 and this is I. Right? My bandwidth with feedback FF is equal to A into F0, and for this AF now we are writing as A divided by 1 plus AB. Okay, now see that in this equation this A and A we can eliminate. So at the numerator we have F0 and from denominator 1 by 1 plus AB. This will come to the numerator and our bandwidth with feedback is simply F0 into 1 plus AB. What this equation will say? This is nothing but when we are using operational amplifier in closed loop configuration, the bandwidth of op amp will be increasing by 1 plus AB times the bandwidth of open loop op amp. We know that what is F0? F0 is very small, near about 5 Hz, only small 5 Hz frequency. So when we are using the closed loop configuration, that is negative feedback we have used, so that will cause the F0 to increase by 1 plus AB times. We know that again A is very large value, which is 2 into 10 raised to 5. So that when we are representing this one, see what should be my bandwidth now. Bandwidth is near about 1 megahertz. So we are increasing the bandwidth from 5 Hz to some megahertz. So near about, or we can say near about some hundreds of kilohertz bandwidth we have increased when we are using the op amp with feedback. Okay. So these are the advantage when we are using the negative feedback. And for voltage series feedback amplifier, bandwidth will get increased by the factor of 1 plus AB. In the same way, the another parameter for voltage series feedback amplifier that we have to determine is the total output offset voltage. What is this total output offset voltage? Okay, so make this as the required equation. FF is equal to F0 into 1 plus AB. Okay, now next we have to find out the total output offset voltage. The another term is total output offset voltage. For an operational amplifier, we have seen some of the parameters or some of the characteristics of op amp is when we are providing no input to the op amp must be produce zero output voltage, or if input is zero, the output must be equal to zero. But it is not possible practically because of the effect of input offset voltage and current. The output is significantly larger. That is, we know open loop op amp will have very high gain, and this gain will increase the effect of input offset voltage and current at the output. As gain is in very large, ideally it is infinite, a small input offset voltage or current will get enhanced by the gain of the op amp, and because of which there is some output voltage available at the output terminal. And this enhanced output voltage is called as the total output offset voltage, and we are denoting it as V00T. So for an open loop op amp, the total output offset voltage is equal to either positive or negative saturation value, because we know that the maximum output voltage swing that can be produced by the operational amplifier is plus saturation or minus saturation, and that will again depend on the supply voltages that we are providing, whether we are providing plus minus 12 volt or plus minus 15 volt, plus minus 18 volt. Depending on the supply voltages, this output voltage swing will going to vary, which is always 80% of the supply voltages. So we can say here that total output offset voltage is either equal to positive or negative saturation voltage. Okay, since we know that the feedback gain of the non-inverting amplifier changes from A to A by 1 plus AB, that is gain will get reduced, and because of which now op amp will not always drive into the saturation. It may have some of the values which are less than saturation voltages. So with the same relation, the total output offset voltage with the feedback must be 1 by 1 plus AB times the voltage without feedback. What we are going to state here is, as my gain, this is my gain without feedback, will get reduced by 1 by 1 plus AB times when we are using the feedback. Total output offset voltage will also get reduced by a factor of 1 by 1 plus AB times the voltage without feedback. It means that if, how we are defining is, total output offset voltage with feedback is equal to total output offset voltage without feedback, that is divided into 1 by 1 plus AB, divided by 1 plus AB. Similar to this gain will change from A to A by 1 plus AB. Output offset voltage will change from output offset voltage to output offset voltage divided by 1 plus AB. By the same factor, there will be change into the gain and output offset voltage. So we are mathematically representing this as total output offset voltage is equal to plus minus Vsat by 1 plus AB. As we know that plus minus Vsat is, already we have stated that it is either positive or negative saturation voltage, right? So my output voltage is either positive or negative saturation voltage. So total output offset voltage is plus minus Vsat by 1 plus AB, where 1 by 1 plus AB is always less than 1 and plus minus Vsat is nothing but saturation voltages. Hence, what we have to remember here is that for an open loop configuration, even a very small voltage at the input of an op amp can cause the output to reach its maximum saturation value because of very high voltage gain. Total output offset voltage is positive or negative saturation level. And now with the feedback, we are reducing that over to the level by 1 plus AB. Okay. So my output offset voltage will get reduced to 1 by 1 plus AB. Two factors are get reduced by 1 by 1 plus AB. One is the output resistance with feedback, that is again will get reduced by 1 by 1 plus AB, and another factor is total output offset voltage, that is also required to be reduced here. Okay. So the one of the special case here that we are going to define for the operational amplifier is the voltage follower, that is only for voltage series feedback amplifier, which will have a special case. What is a special case? Let's see. Voltage follower, by the name itself, will tell us that this circuit will follows the input. Voltage follower, whatever is the input will get available at the output, simply it will follows the input, is called as voltage follower. This is the very simple term or definition of the voltage follower. What it means that voltage gain of the amplifier is equal to 1. How it can be 1 is, we know that for the non-inverting amplifier, when we are using its feedback, what should be gain? For the non-inverting amplifier, its gain is 1 plus RF by R1, that we have already seen. Now, see, this is the non-inverting amplifier with feedback, and for this we are going to derive the special case. What is my gain? AF is equal to A by 1 plus AB, this is one term. But in terms of resistance, how we are defining? It is AF is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. What is RF and what is R1? So, what should be the minimum value of gain that can be possible to design? From this equation, even if we are making RF is equal to 0 and R1 is equal to infinite, this factor we can make is equal to 0. Still we have value 1. So the minimum possible gain that can be available with the voltage series feedback amplifier is equal to 1. So the minimum possible gain that can be designed is equal to 1. So when its gain is equal to 1, my output V0 is AF into Vin. If AF is equal to 1, what is V0? V0 is equal to Vin. So the circuit is called as voltage follower. So from this diagram, we can see that what we did is RF resistor value will become is equal to 0. There is 0 resistance, simply short circuited. And for R1, we have removed it, open it. So when there is no any connection, open, its resistance is infinite. Okay. So for the circuit, we have make changes that we are providing some input voltage to non-inverting, RF is equal to 0 and R1 is infinite open circuited. Okay. So for this circuit, we have to find out what is the voltage. Output voltage equation, V0 is equal to AF into Vin, right? This is the output voltage equation. Now the minimum gain that we can design is equal to 1. So output voltage V0 will become is equal to 1. See, we are providing input to non-inverting. So there is no any phase change of the output also. So the output will be available or output is equal in phase and amplitude to the input signal. Okay, so when a non-inverting amplifier is configured for unity gain, it is called as voltage follower because the output voltage is equal to and in phase with the input. This is the definition. What is it? Output voltage is in phase and equal to the amplitude of the input signal. Okay, so that it is called as voltage follower. As this is nothing but a non-inverting amplifier, whatever the equations we have derived for the non-inverting amplifier are all applicable for the voltage follower circuit. So gain of the circuit is equal to 1. We can write here gain of feedback network B is equal to AF is equal to 1. Since voltage follower is a special case of non-inverting amplifier, whatever the all formulas we have derived for non-inverting amplifier are also applicable for the voltage follower circuit. What are these formulas? Now we are going to derive here. Okay, so the first one is my gain value AF is 1 plus RF by R1. Okay, so since my gain is equal to 1, what is AF? AF is equal to 1, or this is my formula here. The another is input resistance with feedback. What is that input resistance with feedback is? It is Ri into 1 plus AB. Okay, what is the value of B? B is equal to 1. So it is Ri into bracket 1 plus A, or simply 1 plus A is approximately equal to A. We can write input resistance with feedback is A into Ri. Right? So it is A times Ri. The another term is output resistance with feedback, which is we have derived as R0 divided by 1 plus AB. Again this factor will reduces to A, since like this. So output resistance with feedback is R0 divided by A. 1 plus A, or you can write A. Okay, and next is for bandwidth. FF is equal to 1 plus AB times F0. So we can write FF is equal to A into F0. Okay, 1. Okay, this is 1. This is 2. Output resistance 3. Bandwidth with feedback 4. And the last term for this one is total output offset voltage is plus minus Vsat divided by 1 plus AB. So which is plus minus Vsat divided by A. So these all terms are applicable to the voltage follower circuit. Total output voltage is, output offset voltage is plus minus Vsat by A. Okay, so what are the terms that we have derived for the non-inverting amplifier with feedback? These all terms are, one of the term is gain we have derived. Then after that we find out the equation for input resistance with feedback. Then we have find the equation for output resistance with feedback. And after that also we have derived bandwidth and total output offset voltage. Okay, these all parameters we are applied for the special case of non-inverting amplifier, that is voltage follower, which is similar to this non-inverting. Simply its gain value is equal to 1. So feedback resistor RF is having value of 0 ohm and R1 is, we open it having infinite resistance. So all the equations of non-inverting amplifier with feedback are applicable to the voltage follower, and with respect to this we have derived its gain equation, input resistance with feedback, output resistance with feedback, bandwidth with feedback, and total output offset voltage, which is plus minus Vsat by A. Okay, so these are all parameters that we have derived for the non-inverting amplifier with feedback. In the next lecture we are going to see the voltage shunt feedback amplifier. Thank you.